Welcome in, everybody, to Betting Pros. It's time to place your bets. It is me, Joey P. Joe P's a PN. Welcome to Thursday Night Live with me, and of course, the one, the only Scott Bogman. And is this the game of the week? Probably not. Is it the game tonight? It is. It is the Chargers and the Raiders, and a game that's not going to have Justin Herbert. We don't think it's going to have Jimmy Garoppolo, but who knows where the light might lead us this evening, Scott Bogman. But unfortunately, no Herbert for this game. Two teams with 5-8 records. This is probably not the most exciting Thursday night football game we've had, but that doesn't mean we can't spice it up with some wagering. And I think one of our viewers here kind of summed it up best here. Aaron saying, props night, punts, field goals, receptions, some rushing. That's where my appetite ends. Boggs, I think that's where we begin.
Yeah, look, like you said, probably not the best game to watch, but I will submit this. It's still better than Zappy versus Trubisky, I think.
So I don't think it is.
I think it is.
Nope. I hard no for me on that one. How do you say that?
Look.
Tomlin and Belichick versus Antonio Pierce and Brandon Staley? No.
Yeah, look, I still think the two better quarterbacks are in this game than Trubisky and Zappy. I think Stick and O'Connell, who have not been good, might still be better. So look, that's fine. Look, y'all don't have to agree with me. This is all opinion based, okay? And I am angry and bitter, so I will fully admit that. So I think you all know that. But look, not a great game, but it's the game we have. And look, I'm excited to see Easton Stick start a game. I hate that it's on 4 days rest. I kind of liked him coming out of North Dakota State. So we'll see what he does in this game. He has some weapons. Obviously, their best one is out in Keenan Allen as well. But you're going to see some good defense. We know that. Bad quarterbacks equals good defense, right, Joe? Not just bad quarterbacking. It's clearly because the defenses are good.
I got a lot of questions speaking of defense today. Actually, two back-to-back with the same exact question. Baltimore Ravens defense or Raiders defense in fantasy this week? Who would you play? I keep saying Raiders against the kid on the short
Raiders.
No Keenan Allen
or Ravens. Well, look, Trevor Lawrence turned it over 3 times last week.
I know, but he's a real life quarterback in a real life NFL, and I don't know, man.
What are we even talking about? Tommy DeVito is ripping up the NFL right now. So who knows what Easton Stick?
By the way, do you like my TikTok? You like my Tommy DeVito TikTok?
Yeah. That was so funny, man. The guy with a
one
hat.
take.
By the way, there is no way you don't have that outfit in your phone somewhere. You absolutely have that outfit, don't you? So for the meeting of the families, just in case, but
somebody said I should wear that hat. That should be my new signature look, and I think that's a good one. Speaking of signature looks, how about free stuff? If you want a chance to win a free premium 1-year subscription to Betting Pros, your place to start betting smarter, not harder, you need to subscribe to the Betting Pros YouTube channel right now. Comment below on this video, and that's it. We'll be announcing the winner right here on the channel, so make sure you turn on those notifications so you can be alerted when new episodes drop, and if you are the winner, so you can claim your prize. Everyone's a winner tonight, boys and girls. The Chargers and Raiders. Let's go. They are both 5-8, as I said. The Raiders -3, -108 on DraftKings is the best number you can get. -110 for the +3 for the Chargers. 35 is the over. -109 at Sugar House, and the under 35.5 at FanDuel. If you like Los Angeles on the money line at +140, and I'm tempted, Bobs. I'm tempted. I just don't think it's a big enough number for me. Caesars +140. Yeah. I mean, why isn't this like 240 or something? Why is it 140?
Because they're playing the Raiders. That's why.
It's on the road in a short week, and Brandon Staley's the coach, and they have no Keenan Allen. It's
Aiden O'Connell and Antonio Pierce. The most famous thing Antonio Pierce has ever done is be kicked out of ASU for giving a bunch of recruits cash and flying them in and stuff. So
I don't know where you were going there for a second. I don't know. Well,
that's what it was. I don't know if you remember that whole.
I don't. And I'm sure he had a good time at ASU. I'm sure.
Yeah, look, he got booted from it. He was the guy with all those infractions and stuff. So that ASU still paying for it. So yeah, look, I don't trust Brandon Staley at all, but it's not like Antonio Pierce on the other side. It was just addition by subtraction. You get rid of Josh McDaniels and it gets better. But Antonio Pierce is not the long-term option, in my opinion. So
all right.
I also don't like Aiden O'Connell. This game is to me is a true coin flip, because I think if Justin Herbert was playing in this game, you'd be like, this. I think the line would flip the other way.
Oh, it would be -3 the other way 100% if Herbert was playing, but
no
Herbert. I keep going back to the thing, no Herbert and no Allen. It's a lot. I mean, the Raiders did a good job last week. I mean, they gave up 3 points in 4 quarters. I mean, it's too bad the offense was completely trash, but at the same time, like, that's a weird anomaly. I'm sure they'll bounce back on the short week and be a little bit better. But to me, the most appealing thing, I know we disagree. We disagree on this game. I like the under, you like the over, 34.5. You like the Charger side of +3. I'm not touching it. If I go for the Chargers, I'm going straight for the money line to try to make more money. But talk to people about why it's the Chargers and why it's the over for you.
Yeah, look, honestly, don't touch the sides of this game. Don't pick a side.
Don't touch the sides. Don't touch the sides.
Don't pick a side. Don't pick the total. Go with props. Our boy Aaron in the chat says it's 100% correct. I have no idea how this game is going to go, because this is Easton Stick's first start. We heard that the Raiders were thinking about putting Jimmy G in. So if Aiden O'Connell is not very good in the first 2 quarters, he might have the quick hook here in this game. Devontae Adams has an illness going into this game. Max Crosby's not at 100%. There is no
Josh
way.
Jacobs is out. You forgot.
Josh Jacobs is out. Austin Eckler looked good finally after looking old for the first 13 weeks. So, like, how can we possibly know what to expect in this game? So play the props, guys. I picked this game because, I have to here. So give me the plus points. I'll take the points. Whoever was getting points, I was taking. And 35 points is too low for an NFL game. I'm going to take the over on that almost every single time, especially when the defenses are bad. Both these defenses are bad. Yes, we have backup QBs. Both these defenses are bad. The rules are made for offense. Give me the over.
14-10 at most for this one. I'm still taking the under. And you know what? You're right. If this was a pickup, if this is a pickup, basically, this game is chaos.
So just
the problem is it's not a good enough investment in terms of the plus money for me. Like, if you're giving me chaos and I'm making a chaos pick, I want it to be 2-1. I'm plus 140. Take that plus 140 and get out of here.
That's how I feel about the touchdowns, Joe.
With that plus 140.
Yeah, anytime touchdowns in general, unless it's Derrick Henry, I want plus 200. I want to double up my money because they're finicky. They don't happen every game. Unless you're court one side.
And look, Mims, you're right. Betting a side is a coin flip. It
isn't a coin flip.
Is it a coin flip? But in this game, it is a coin flip. I think it is. And if I'm going to have the coin flip, I want to have a little bit more incentive, I think.
Well, tell me what is impossible in this game, Joe. Is it impossible that the Chargers blow the doors off the Raiders?
I think. Is it possible?
Is it impossible? Like, there's no way it would happen.
Yeah, I do think that's impossible. Like, I don't think this is for.
You don't think the Chargers would? Okay, I do. Because if Easton Stick comes in here and plays it safe and doesn't turn the ball over, I think the Chargers can walk out of here with it.
What with Josh Palmer and Eckler? Like, that's enough for him to do that with?
Against the Raiders defense, yes, it's enough. So just don't screw it up, kid. That's what we need. But he's this is his first start on 4 days rest. He's probably going to screw it up. So
rest. He's nothing but rest for 4 years. So rest.
Well, I mean, 4 days of reps and everything. Come on.
4 days preparation. I'm in a mood. I'm wearing my Cartman shirt today too. My Cartman Christmas shirt, obviously.
Holy night.
Angry young man here. But of course, it's not just NFL. We've also got NBA here every single Wednesday and Friday here on the channel. Subscribe to our YouTube. Watch Matt Modi go through the best of the NBA betting slate every Wednesday, every Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern. Subscribe, drop your comments below, and also don't forget that bell that goes ding, so every time a piece of content drops here on the channel, including our NBA Best Bets program live Wednesdays and Fridays. Now, Boggs, as you said, maybe less arguing about some of the game stuff here. Let's talk a little props. Aiden O'Connell, 0.5 passing TDs, plus 150. You want the over or the under?
Give me the under, because the under is plus 150. At least it was on DK. And I know no Josh Jacobs in this game, so they are going to be passing a lot. Mims made that point. So you can also take the over half an interception for Aiden O'Connell. And maybe this is a little more dicey, but Aiden O'Connell didn't throw a touchdown last week. He's not thrown a touchdown in 3 of his 7 games with more than 25 attempts. And there were rumors that Jimmy G was going to end up starting this game. And I think if this game was on Saturday or Sunday, he probably would have. They're not doing it because it's short rest here. So I think that there is a path to Aiden O'Connell throwing 2 interceptions early. And then here comes Jimmy. He's back to probably throw 2 more interceptions. But, you know,
that's good. Hold my beer.
Right, exactly. So because of that, and because of his track record, and because of the way this offense did not click at all against the Vikings, who aren't good, I would say they're middle of the road. The Chargers are bad, but I'd say the Vikings are a middle of the road defense. I'll take the under on 1 touchdown pass for Aiden O'Connell.
All right, Easton Stick, who you gave me a little scouting report on, because if anybody has seen Easton Stick play, it's Scott Bugman, the master of
not a
college
lot.
football.
No one's seen him play.
No one's seen him a lot, but you've seen him at MD State, right? I believe. So this is a guy that you said is mobile, and his rushing prop is pretty stout. It's 20.5 on FanDuel, with the best number you get on Betting Pros is 19.5 at -110, and you still like the over despite the fact that it's big. So sell the people here on Easton Stick's wheels.
This is a guy that had over 740 rushing yards his final season in college, right? And let's not forget, in college, we count sack yards as negative rush yards.
Right.
So there's many, many QBs that will end their season with negative rushing yards just because they are not mobile and they took a bunch of sacks. I think Kyle Trask, you go back and look at his stats, I'm pretty sure he was negative 145 because he is a statue. But Stick bails out. He runs. He had 21 scrambles his senior year, which would have been like higher than average. He will bail out and run. And look, the best part of the Raiders defense is Max Crosby and a good pass rush. So I think they may just say to him, look, man, if it's not there on your first read, second read, run it, go. What do they care if he gets hurt? This is a look, Easton, do what you can do to win us the game. It's a short week. We need it. We need this win bad. Brandon Staley's trying to save his job desperately. I don't think it's going to happen either way, but he's trying to save this job. So they might have some design runs for him as well, because he has that athleticism and you're missing your best offensive piece in Keenan Allen. This is a unlock every single play in the playbook type of week for the Chargers. And I think that he will grip it and run.
Over under 2.5 quarters of Al Michaels lasting through this game and not just throwing his headset down and walking out. Think on that one. I've got an answer for your question. Is there a way to get Betting Pros Premium for a week free trial? Actually, there is. If you download it now for the first time on iOS, we're doing 3 free days, not a whole week. You don't get a whole week. You get 3 days. As my grandfather would say, 1, 2, 3 days you get. That's what you get. Right now it's for iOS only, unfortunately, because everyone hates us Android people, but whatever, it's fine. And Boogie Nights, I feel your pain here. Ugly matchup with Easton Stick. Staley is so friggin' fired. Yes, we all know that.
I think he was fired before Easton, but yeah, he should be.
Austin Eckler, 45.5 rushing yards, -110, over under.
Let's go over. Look, I know that he hasn't looked great, and they don't want to run the ball a lot, the Chargers, but they're going to have to in this game with a young QB. You're going to have to put the ball in your best player's hands. Now that Keenan is out for this game, Austin, even old Austin, is still the best offensive player on this team. Sure, probably running a lot into walls and short yardage and all that stuff, but it just takes a couple to break for him to get this low total. So let's go with the over on Austin Eckler, because I think he gets a lot of hacks at it.
All right. Next one here is Quentin Johnston, over 30.5 receiving yards. Boggs, is this the breakout game for QJ?
Look, no, but he's not coming off the field because Palmer's back up. But Allen is down, so he stays on the field. And Stick hit him for a 57-yarder late against Denver, and that is 100% of all of these yards. So I don't think, obviously, like I said, Easton doesn't have a monster arm. He can make all the throws, but he's not going to throw it with authority down the field. So I don't know why we haven't been doing this before, probably because this is a reason why Brandon Staley will get fired. Let's get Quentin Johnston in space. Let's get him a throw over the middle.
A little screen work, maybe.
Put the ball in his hands and let him work with it.
TCU did they run that little wide receiver screen with him?
Almost every play, because Max Duggan can't throw the ball downfield.
Right. Like, I've watched it a million times, and I'm like, well, when is Staley going to say, hey, you know what QJ does best? Let's run that wide receiver screen and just let him go.
Yeah. I mean,
Makes
just
my brain hurt.
give him something. I mean, it's the same thing they should have been doing for Austin Eckler this year, which they didn't. So
Aaron's the MVP of the chat. Aaron goes, why fire him Monday when you could fire him on a short week?
That's right. It's great
because at this point, the season's over. You're just going to go through.
You fire him this week, and the new coach has extra days to prep. So,
all right, next one here, final one. Kenneth Murray, 7.5 tackles plus assists at -105, and you like the over on this one too.
Yeah, look, well, there's multiple outs to this one. Number one, I think he could get to this total just, if it's a normal game, a 30-30 almost time of possession could be. But if Easton Stick is miserable and can't make any of these throws and not what I said at all, then the Chargers defense is going to be on the field a lot. If they're not converting on third downs and they have to punt a bunch, the Chargers D is going to be out there a lot. And Kenneth Murray gets into these spurts, and he had 12 tackles in the last game. He is feeling it right now. So I could see him easily going out there and getting this total. So I kind of like I was debating between this one and the Thule sack prop I believe it was +124 for a quarter. I like that because we know Aiden might hold the ball a little too long. And Jesus, if Jimmy G gets in there, we know he holds the ball too long. And Thule's been out there for like a 80 to 90% snap rate as a defensive end for a couple weeks in a row now. So there's some opportunity there as well. But I think the tackle total is safer. So I went with Kenneth Murray here.
All right, anytime touchdown scores, you got Zamir White at +125, Eckler +150, which is actually a pretty good number considering like the plus number you're getting.
They just have to make it down to the goal line.
Right. They're factoring in the difficulty of him getting close enough to score, but you got to at least figure he's going to have enough volume to get close.
You got to think the Raiders have a turnover in there somewhere too.
You would think. Josh Palmer +400. You have Devontae Adams +185. You have Amir Abdullah +270, which is an interesting one. Easton Stick is +430 though, Boggs.
That's 17 rushing touchdowns his final year.
That's the one that if you put that with the under, you get 10-1. To me, that's the best way for this game. Don't muck around with anything else.
But how angry are you? How angry are you if Easton Stick crosses that goal line to put this game over?
I'm mad, but I'm laughing. I think what I do is I bet them both individually and I put them together anyway. Here's what you do. You throw $5 on all three things, right? So if you get the under, you cover the loss of something else a little bit. You're not out too much, whatever it is. But I mean, look, $5 wins you 50 on that. It's just a fun day at the office. If you don't want to watch this game, but yeah, you're right. That's my nightmare, Box. So thank you so much for bringing that up. That would be the worst case scenario. Just to recap, I'm staying away from this game.
Glass half empty guy, Joe. You know that by now. Come on.
I know, but I love you for it. Boggs is in on the Chargers +3 and the over at 34.5. I'm in on the under. I just don't think it's going to get up that far. I think we're talking teens here. I think we do. I don't even know if it's going to get to 30. Aiden O'Connell under 0.5 passing TDs. Bogman likes. Easton Stick over 19.5 rushing yards. Eckler over 45.5 rushing yards. QJ Quentin Johnson over 30.5 receiving yards, and then Kenneth Murray over 7.5 tackles plus assists. And I like Easton Stick anytime touchdown at +430. Let's go. And the under 35.5. Combine them. Little skinny parlays, which have been good for us on these primetime games. We've done pretty well on those. Hey, baby. +1,043. Sounds like a good night to me. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. Don't worry. We'll be back all weekend doing more stuff here at Betting Pros, and tomorrow the prop show comes out too. Make sure you hang on with that. Boggs and I just recorded with Erickson earlier today our favorite picks of the week. Lots of good stuff on there. Get to that one for sure. A lot of good picks on that one, and we're all seeing things pretty much the same way there. So that was a good one. And of course, the prop show tomorrow comes out as well. Too. You are, because Welsh is at the Great Wolf Lodge. By the way, he just texted me. He said somebody recognized him at the Great Wolf Lodge and said, "Are you Welsh?" And he said, yes. He's like, I know you from Fantasy Pros. And I said, well, I told him to put his shirt back on because now people would recognize him less.
Well, let me just tell you, there's a 0% chance that Welsh has his shirt off. So,
oh no, is he a swim shirt guy?
So am I. Well, I'm just not going to swim in public guy. So, but I grew up with a pool in the backyard. I grew up in Arizona. All white.
I'm going to say Arizona,
in the backyard. Yeah. So, So of course we did.
On that note, that'll do it for us. But the story of the game goes on. For Scott Bogman, I'm Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids. Try and enjoy Thursday Night Football.
See ya.